Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Mark Schroeder. I am the Commissioner of the Department of Motor Vehicles. I also serve as the Governor's Chair of the Government Traffic Safety Committee as well. And I am a proud Buffalonian. I'm from here, so I'm delighted to be in Buffalo today. On behalf of our governor, who also is a Buffalonian, Governor Kathy Hochul, many of you know she is the first woman governor since 1777 when we all started things in New York State. Many of you also know that she is the first governor from Buffalo since Grover Cleveland. What you may not know, but you probably do because the media is very smart here, she's the only governor in New York State who's actually run a DMV. Which makes it real easy for all of us because she gets it the first time. So I just want to say, I want to start out by thanking Harold Erbacher, Mike O'Hearn, who I know is here, and Bill Holm, and the kind folks at Northtown Mazda for hosting us today. The one thing that I do want to say about Northtown Mazda is that dealerships, and I've had a relationship with dealerships now over the last 4 years. There's two words or themes that they really know. One is charitable, and the other is ethics. And so this dealership, through Harold, they have been very charitable to the Buffalo City Mission. I want to thank them for that effort. And also just recently, Harold Erbacher, who is with the Business Ethics Association, gave awards to Buffalo companies. So I just want to thank them for over and above their support to our community. And of course, I want to give special thanks to Paul Stasiak. You'll be hearing from him in a few minutes for helping us continue this event and being an early adopter of this initiative. I also want to recognize Detective Thomas Burke with the New York Police Department Auto Crime Division, who successfully implemented an anti-theft program in New York City that became the model for what we are doing here in upstate. You'll also be hearing from Detective Burke. And we have Kevin Gallagher, who is the Regional Director of National Insurance Crime Bureau, who has been instrumental in this effort. He'll be speaking a little bit later as well. At this moment in time, I just want to thank the law enforcement community, especially those who are with us today. State Trooper Jim O'Callahan, we have Bob Riley, Ryan Lang, Wayne Battleson, and Owen McShane from the Department of Motor Vehicles. We have Deputy Tim Christian from Erie County, and we also have Daniel Denz, retired chief of West Seneca, and he's involved with the Association of Chiefs of Police. So I want to thank them all very much for being here. So why are we here today? We are here to announce the new initiative to address and deter the staggering surge in catalytic converter thefts that are happening across the nation. Catalytic converters have become a hot commodity on the black market with a street value of anywhere from $200 to $500 each. This has been fueled by a dramatic increase in recent years in the value of precious metals, platinum, palladium, and rhodium that are used in catalytic converters. To give you an idea of just how costly these metals are, as of December 2020, rhodium was valued at $14,500 per ounce. Palladium at $2,336 per ounce, and platinum at $1,061 per ounce. So if anybody's looking for an alternative to the stock market, you may want to be looking at these commodities because they are worth a lot of money. Nationwide, according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, the number of thefts has ballooned from about 1,200 in 2018 to more than 14,000 in 2020. And we have not gone unscathed here in New York State. Some areas of the state have seen annual increases of 200% over the past few years. One of the primary targets of these thefts have been new car dealerships. Criminals have been brazen enough to enter dealer lots and cut the catalytic converters off the vehicles. They come armed with hacksaws, or even in some instances with portable sawzalls, which are cordless power saws. It cost the dealers $2,000 to $3,000 just to replace the part alone, but the overall cost is much higher. These thefts often result in additional $5,000 to $10,000 in damage to the vehicle, hurting the dealer's bottom line and causing major delays in customers getting the new car they purchased. Since replacement catalytic converters are on back order and can take up to 60 to 90 days for delivery, the dealer must wait to sell the vehicle, further increasing their costs. Similar, a new car may have to wait significantly longer to receive their vehicle. New car dealers are critical components of our state's economy. One of the things we work on an ongoing basis with auto dealers and auto dealers associations are initiatives to deter auto theft. This unprecedented challenge has prompted us to take the additional step of working to get etching kits directly into the hands of dealers. The kits are used to chemically etch a traceable serial number into the catalytic converter that links to the VIN. We will be demonstrating this process on a vehicle today. DMV, New York Police Department, National Insurance Crime Bureau, and the New York Anti-Car Theft Fraud Association have each purchased 1,000 or more of these etching kits. DMV is working with Regional Auto Dealers Association to distribute the kits free of charge to dealers around New York State. They can start using them immediately on any unsold vehicle in their inventory. If the vehicle has been sold, the dealer will be required to first get the customer's permission to etch the catalytic converter. Dealers or consumers who have questions about etching kits should contact their local auto dealers association. New York Police Department first launched this initiative in New York City last year and is now expanding the program there. I'm going to turn it over in a minute to Detective Thomas Burke to explain how it's going. But the one thing that I want to say about Tom Burke, that he understands how to connect with people, and in particular, connecting with law enforcement. Tommy Burke and our Owen McShane from DFI, they have been working with each other, connected to each other for 25 years, helping each other so that we can deter these types of problems. Detective Burke has helped us with the Greater New York Automobile Association in Queens, and now he comes all the way to the western edge, western New York, to help us here. So we're very grateful to Tommy Burke, and ladies and gentlemen, Detective Thomas Burke from New York Police Department.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, all right. I want to thank the Commissioner for that. He's making me blush. But yes, just a little background on how this program started. It was another detective with me in the auto crime unit that kind of came up with this idea. It was a Detective Maureen Stefanelli. And she said, you know, one of the hardest things prosecution with these catalytic converters is they're unidentifiable. And through some research we did, we co-produced a grant application called Who Let the Cats Out? So that was the original name of this program that we did in New York City. And we were able to purchase basically 1,000 at first. And once we got it started, it just took off. And today, as I speak, I want to thank everybody that kind of jumped on board this. Once again, DMV, NICB, New York Act. if it wasn't for our contacts and with the state police also, is it would just be locally done here in New York or there in New York City, but now it's taken off statewide, and I believe we're the first state nationally to actually have a statewide program. So kudos to DMV and New York State for this. And hopefully we can get a handle on this. In New York City for the past 3 years, we've been seeing increases on this, and it basically follows the price of metal. I'd rather show you guys in a little while how to do it, so I'm going to end it right there, and we'll take questions, I guess, later. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Detective Burke. We appreciate you being here. And now we have Kevin Gallagher in the National Insurance Crime Bureau, who has also been a great partner in supporting this initiative in New York State. And so I just want to say to Kevin Gallagher, where I come from, Kevin, there's a Gallagher on every block in the old First Ward and in South Buffalo, and also there's a Burke on every block. And so we are really happy to have you here. He is headquartered out of Melville, which is in Long Island, and we are now, as Detective Burke said, this now gives us an opportunity to be covered from the town, the last town in Suffolk, all the way to the last town here in Western New York. And that's what we want to do to deter the bad guys. So please welcome Kevin Gallagher.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to thank the Commissioner and our law enforcement partners for including the National Insurance Crime Bureau in this initiative. Catalytic converter thefts have risen dramatically over the past 2 years and are at record highs. Vehicle owners and dealerships pay a high price when a thief targets their catalytic converters, often incurring in lost income from missing work, needing to find and pay for alternate transportation, and then paying anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 and sometimes upwards of more than that for the vehicle. I think it's important when the public and private sectors team up together to fight an issue, and in this case, the rise of catalytic thefts that are not only just here in New York, but across the country. Again, it's these partnerships that find the most success in reducing the incidence of catalytic thefts. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you. I would like to introduce the president of the Niagara Frontier Auto Dealers Association. His name is Paul Stasiak. Before I do, let me just say this. He has the absolute trust and confidence of all auto dealers here in Western New York. He also works very closely with the Erie County Clerk, who is an agent for the Department of Motor Vehicles. And the best part is he was born and raised in the village of Sloan. Paul Stasiak.
Best commercial we can get from my village. Thank you, Commissioner, and your staff. I have the privilege of working for the new car franchise dealers, 140 of them in upstate. And on behalf of our dealerships and the employees we represent, we want to thank the Commissioner and his task force for taking this bold initiative. We have not been strangers to this issue for years. This is an issue that started affecting dealerships, and through the work of working with state police, sheriffs, and local law enforcement, this has expanded to the workplace. It's expanded to people's driveways, expanded to supermarkets and schools, medical equipment, medical trucks. So this is a growing crime that we need to attack. On behalf of our dealers, we're honored to be part of this process. We want to be a catalyst, not a catalytic, to help this process change. So our dealers, our industry, from here in Western New York to across New York State, is committed. We want everybody to know that this is going to be a full court press to move forward to try to eliminate the deterrent of somebody selling this. So once again, on behalf of our dealers, our industry, thanks for coming, and more importantly, Mark, thanks for the pitch for Sloan.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. So we hope our efforts will help deter catalytic converter thefts and bring some relief to the automotive dealer industry and to New Yorkers. I'd like to again thank everyone for coming out today, and thanks to our speakers for being here I am especially grateful to the media who is here today. It's instrumental that we get the word out to people across Western New York, and especially the bad guys out there, so that they know we are watching very closely now, and we're not going to put up with it. So we are now going to invite you to see a demonstration of how the etching kits are applied. After that, we will come back up here and take any questions that you might have.
All right.